Pulp Fiction begins with Tim Roth and Amanda Plummer in a diner. And they're talking about what's the best way to make money by robbing places. And Tim Roth has a bunch of racist shit. So then Tim Roth says how no one ever robs restaurants and no one's expecting it, so it'd be easy to get away with. So then Amanda Plummer says, let's do it right here, right now. You can check. She said that exact same thing. So Amanda Plummer and Tim Roth are holding up the place, and Amanda Plummer says, if any of you motherfuckers move, I'm gonna motherfucking something. Then it gets, and then it freeze frames. Hey, whatever. Sounds like someone's changing the something. Jungle Boogie, Jungle Boogie. You meet Vincent Vega. Shit, what the fuck is Samuel L. Jackson's character's name? Jules Winfield. What do you call a quarter pounder with cheese? McDonald's in Europe, and Royale with cheese. And then he's like, what do you call a Whopper? And he's like, I don't know, I didn't go in Burger King. Then as they're walking up to the Hollywood building, they start talking about their boss's wife. Shit, I forgot her name. What's her name? Mia.
Yeah.
I said it before. So they get inside and there's all these young looking motherfuckers. And then Jules attempts to high five a guy that looks like he has a haircut from Flock of Seagulls. And he says, hey, Flock of Seagulls, what's up? And the guy doesn't fucking high five him. It's gonna bite him in the ass later. Because if you high five a guy, you get to know him, which means you wouldn't kill him as easily. But if he doesn't high five you, fuck him. Am I wrong? I'm not. So these young kids and these guys' boss had some sort of deal. They don't really explain what happened, but the young guys did something to kind of get away from the deal. There's a suitcase with something precious inside. You don't really know what's inside. But then Samuel L. Jackson kills Flock of Seagulls, the guy that didn't high-five him, which he might not have killed if he had high-fived him. Because if you high-five someone, you grow attached to them. And then he starts fucking with Brett, asking him if he knows English. Obviously he knows English, but he's asking because he keeps saying what, because he's terrified. He says his big speech, the really famous Ezekiel 25, what is it? Ezekiel 25? 17? But they shoot Brett. From then it just cuts to black, and it says Vincent Vega and Marcellus Wallace's wife. That's what it says, right? And in it, Marcellus Wallace is, which is the gangster boss. Literally, he's the boss of Jules Winfield and Marcellus Wallace. He's talking to this boxer named Butch. He's talking to him because he's making a deal that Butch goes, what is? He's gonna take a dive. In the third, your ass goes down. And then he goes, say it. And then Swiss goes, in the third, my ass goes down. And he has that great language. He says that's just pride fucking with you. Fuck pride. Vincent Vega and Jules Winfield walking into that strip club, and the black bartender makes fun of him. Butch stops talking with Marcellus and goes to the bar to order some Red Apple cigarettes. Vincent takes an immediate disliking to Butch. It starts with him just waiting, listening to these two girls talk about piercings. Drug dealers call them into the room and negotiate about heroin. And he sells John to this really great heroin, but he's out of balloons, which is what you usually carry heroin in. So he puts in a regular cocaine baggie. So from the drug house, it cuts to him walking up to Mia's house, which is Marcellus' house. He reads this note that says, Vincent, I'm still getting ready. Go inside and make yourself a drink. I'll be out in 2 shakes of a lamb sale. Vincent, who was already high on heroin at the time, I showed her spying on her security camera while she just coke. So Vincent is a heroin head, Mia is a coke head. And then finally Mia comes out, dressed in a white shirt and black pants. She looks hot. It cuts from her house to them getting to this restaurant called Jack Rabbit Slim's. Her and Vincent start getting some real chemistry. She goes to the bathroom to literally powder her nose, and then the restaurant has a dance competition so important that they join in and they win. So it's kind of obvious they like each other. And while Vincent Vega goes to the bathroom and jack off, Mia finds his heroin but thinks it's cocaine and she snorts it. I'm drunk, dude. I'm so drunk. John Travolta comes out of the bathroom after saying he was just gonna masturbate and says, "Oh, well, alright, Mia, I gotta go." And then they're like, "Oh, fuck, no. And he's calling fucking Eric Stoltz. And Eric Stoltz's wife's like, "I thought you told those assholes never to call here." And then Eric Stoltz is like, "Yeah, so I'm telling this asshole right now." And then he picks up and it's John Travolta and he's like, "What are you doing?" And Eric Stoltz like, "I don't know, stuff. Not too cool." And you go, "It's cool, it's cool." What the fuck am I talking about? Eric Stoltz has a shot to bring her back, but he's not quite sure how it works. And John Travolta stabs her in the heart with adrenaline to bring her back. She doesn't die, but she gets really fucked up. So her and John Travolta decide they're not going to tell Marcellus, which cuts to the gold watch. I see I deserve a break. So the gold watch starts with a little kid watching these shit cartoons. So his mom turned the cartoons off and told him that Captain Coons is here to talk to him about how the little kid's father hid this gold watch so he could give it to him. Right before he was going to die, he gives the watch to Christopher Walken. Christopher Walken hides that watch in his ass for 5 years to keep it safe. Bruce Willis plays the same boxer from the earlier scene, except he cheated Marcellus Wallace. He votes on himself. He wins the fight. He makes a lot of money. He gets out. He calls some guy in a payphone, expecting a lady to drive him home. To a motel with his French girlfriend, who it's obviously a bone. When he wakes up in the morning, he asks this chick where his gold watch it, and the bitch forgot it. By which I mean the French chick, even though she's really nice. I'm sorry to call her a bitch. He takes her Honda, gets to his apartment, he finds his gold watch, and then he sees this fucking silenced Uzi on the counter. He picks it up, when he picks it up, he hears the toilet flush, and Vincent Vega comes out. Bruce Willis shoots John Travolta. He gets out, he thinks he's home free. Marcellus Waltham, the main boss, sees him, and he runs him over and Bruce Willis crashes his car. And then all these people are around fucking Marcellus Wallace because they think he's a better actor, but he's the bad guy in the scene. He's trying to kill me, so I run away. Who runs away? Bruce Willis from the gold watch. Stop laughing at me. And he goes inside this really shitty pawn shop and he beats up on Marcellus Wallace. He surprises him, but then the shop owner pulls his gun on him and he's like, "Hey, you kill him anymore, I'm gonna kill you." With Marcellus Wallace, he gets kidnapped with Marcellus Wallace by this random guy. And then he tells him how no one tries to do anything in his place without Zed, which is, I don't know, his brother, his cousin, his friend, what are they? So they decide to rape Marcellus Wallace, and while they're raping him, they put this pain-loving joint, and they rape Marcellus Wallace, and then Bruce Willis comes back and kills him. And Marcellus Wallace, because he saved him, he allows him to go away. He just says he can never come back to California, so he goes, picks up his girlfriend on the motorcycle, and they go off. Back to the beginning. Jerry Seinfeld comes out of the back and tries to shoot them. He fails miserably. He fell so bad that Jules Winfield thinks it's an act of miracle. So they finish their job over there, they get the suitcase, and then they're arguing about whether or not it was God. John Travolta turns around to ask Marvin his opinion. Then he goes, "Marvin, what's your opinion?" Marvin goes, "Man, I don't even have an opinion." Then John Travolta accidentally shoots Marvin in the face! Oh man, just shot Marvin in the face and just like, "Motherfucker, why'd you do that shit? Are you fucking crazy? I'll fuck your shit up, Carl." Point being, Jimmy doesn't know how big it is. He doesn't really understand the weight of it, of this Bonnie situation. Yeah, the wolf shows up and he tells them what to do, which angers fucking Vincent Vega, John Travolta. But he does it anyway. Vincent Vega and John Travolta clean up all the blood from Marv from the back of the car. Then they themselves get cleaned up. And the wolf helps them take the car to Monster Joe's truck and tow and demolish the car. So, they're at the dining, and then the couple are robbing the place. And then Samuel L. Jackson gets in a Mexican standoff with Tim Roth and Matt the Plumber because he had a gun and he wants to keep his wallet. And he's like, nigga, I just went through so much for this briefcase for my boss, nigga. I'm not gonna give it up. But I also had a huge epiphany this morning about what did that. So normally I'd kill both your punk asses and go on my way. But now I'm trying to help you motherfuckers. So he says that Ezekiel 25:17 speech in a completely different way. So different when instead of menacing it sounds helpful. And he lets them leave with a lot of money. So the John Travolta is like, I think we should get out of here. And that's how it ends. That's how Pulp Fiction ends.